Welcome to Hardwick Smiths on the linear complex, where I have the pleasure of joining Finley Todhunter, and he's a man who knows a hell of a lot about this venue. So I'm hoping with a bit of his advice we can both put some fish on the bank, but the main reason why we're here is to just enjoy each other's company along with the cameramen, kick back, relax and fish in comfort. As you can see from behind me, we have the Gazebo Camo Pro, the side pods, loads of cooking stuff with us, so we're just here to have a good time, and that's exactly what fishing is about for me. So hopefully we'll catch a few fish, but for now we're going to get some rods out. The weather's looking like it's going to improve, and we're going to have a great time, I'm sure.
It's time for the most important part of the session. Shortest stick wins, choose wisely.
Right, I've never beaten you at anything, let alone this. No, face of steel.
You sure?
Yeah. Is that... It's, finally a non-skill based game that I can actually win at.
Which side would you like?
I'd like the left-hand side, Finn, even though this is your playground.
Good choice, to be fair.
Yeah, I feel the left-hand side.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not going to be too much of a
competition. No.
Well, you're the master, mate.
Well, there's fish on in both swims, so I think we've both got a decent chance, but I would have picked the left. But it's not a competition, it's a social. We're sharing a peg. Might be a good thing, might end as a disaster, who knows?
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good couple of days.
Yeah, mate, exactly. Let's just try and make sure we get some fish on the bank, eh?
We're not going to catch them if the rods aren't in the water.
No, exactly.
Let's get them out.
It was time to get to work investigating the swim. I knew the lake was quite weedy, so I made sure to spend the time finding the perfect area. Once I was happy, I fired 3 rigs onto the spot and started to introduce a mix of scopex squid, oily hemp and corn. Fishing at 18 wraps, the dot spot made light work of getting the bait to the area.
I started off by putting 3 different hook baits out onto the spot to see which combination the carp preferred. With the traps set, I also started introducing a bit of bait. I'd seen a few fish showing, and I was hoping by applying some dot spots it would trigger a feeding response. The traps were set and Alfie got to work cooking some lovely dinner.
What have you got there, Al? Nothing. It's an ancient old Willingale recipe that dates back pre-World War, I believe.
While Alfie is up there making his special recipe of bolognese, I believe it is, I've been down here grafting, trying to catch carp, because that's what we're here for. I know that we're here for a bit of a social, but I am competitive, even though I try and not be. And yeah, I got the rods out, I'm not going to lie, I wasn't very happy with them. It happens to all of us, we make mistakes, and I aimed at the wrong tree. I don't know what was going on, I think it's because I'm that tired. So I decided to redo the rods, get them on the correct tree. And yeah, the rod's been out probably about 15 minutes. I put probably about 10 dot spots over the top, received a couple of liners, seen one show just off the spot, and I felt like it wasn't going to be too long till we got a bite. And yeah, it's ripped off, so it definitely paid off redoing them. Honestly, I've never done anything like that before. But yeah, to be fair, to pulling back, it was a bit of a funny bite, a bit of a savage drop back. So I'm going to concentrate and see if I can get the first fish of the session. How's that food looking? Get him in there. Is she in? The first fish of the social.
Right, if you excuse me, I've got to get back to cooking your dinner, sir.
No problem. Thank you very much. Life doesn't get better than this. Not only have I just caught my first carp of this session, but I'm also having a personal chef cook my tea for tonight. And to be fair, it smells pretty nice. But yeah, this is the first fish of the session. It's been a bit of a mad rush today, getting the rods out, getting everything set up. But I'd say the rods have been out in the lake properly for about 20 minutes. And yeah, deep down I felt like a bite wasn't too far away. I seen a fish show just next to the spot, received a couple of liners. And yeah, a couple of bleeps later, then a massive savage drop back. We've been able to catch this 26.6, a linear from linear. What a start to the session. Let's put it back and have some lovely tea because it smells gorgeous.
Now get that empty belly up here, Finn.
Food time.
There you go, Finn.
Thank you very much.
Tuck in, my friend. It's not mozzarella, it's parmesan. I've got it the wrong way
lovely.
around, but, you know. Salt and pepper, more crushed chillies if you hasn't got enough of a kick to it for you.
My mother would be very proud. She's a dinner lady. This is the sort of thing she serves for kids at school.
Well, they're very spoiled, those children.
Yeah. Well, here we go. Let's see what this pasta dish is all about. What do you reckon? This came from your great-great-grandma.
She invented bolognese.
It's pretty good, I'm not going to lie. If you guys could taste what I'm tasting right now, you'd be throwing up. No, it's really good.
Where do you think you stand in the race of winning the best cooked meal out?
I think I've got a very good shot at it.
I think it does, to be fair.
If you think it's catching carp, we'd be too tired to cook.
Probably still got bolognese all around my mouth. Oh, it's a proper scaly one.
Yeah. Nice one, mate.
Well
Cheers.
done. A nice little reward for your cooking skills.
Ah, that's perfect timing. Hey, right on cue. This one literally just finished the last mouthful of the penne bolognese and my middle rod. A lovely take as well, just a single bleak that slowly crept up to a one toner, and yeah, he gave a really good account for himself, this one. The middle rod over the spot, they must be eating the bait, so it's just a case of rinse and repeat, and hopefully there'll be plenty more to come. But what a lovely looking carp, eh? Hey, number one. Finn, you awake, mate?
Good morning.
Get that cooker on, I'm starving.
I don't think so.
What do you mean you don't think so? It's your turn.
It's your turn. It's not my turn.
I literally made dinner last night. It felt like 10 minutes ago.
I reckon the deal should be whoever catches the next carp, they don't have to cook breakfast. What about that?
Yeah, could do, but mate, I'm happy with that.
I can't wait for you to make me breakfast,
Oh,
Ben.
no, not this time, mate. You might have caught the first one, but the ball's in my court now. I'm gonna have one, guarantee it.
I like your confidence.
There we go, another beautiful example of the carp that reside here in Hardwick Smiths. Lovely old carp, but the best thing about it is that I don't have to make breakfast. Hey, Finn.
Well done, you deserve it. 2 sausages and a bacon?
Yeah, go on, sausage sandwich actually, that'd do me.
No problem. Well done.
Beautiful.
I also got posh bacon as well there, people want bacon instead.
Yeah. Well, Sleeping Beauty is up there in the palace having a little nap. I've been out here grafting again. I've put a few spods out. There's been a few fish showing sort of all over the lake. And as you can see, I'm attached into quite an angry carp. So it was the middle rod, probably baited up about an hour ago now. And yeah, a bit of a funny bite on the middle rod. I'm into the second fish, or my second fish of the session anyway. So I'm gonna try and land this fish by myself. You never know, Sleeping Beauty might wake up. Happy days, let's try and get it in. Just got that fish in the net, put 3 spods out there. I was just wrapping up the rod to re-chuck back out on the spot. And this time it's the left-hander, he's just absolutely one-toned. Don't say it came off. No, it's just swimming towards me, I got a little bit scared there, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, it seems like getting the spods on the spot, sort of reintroducing bait every half an hour, 45 minutes. It's certainly having some reaction from the fish. Hopefully, it's a little bit bigger than the one that we've got in the net. And yeah, there's some proper nice mirrors in here, some fully skilled, some zip linears. Obviously, you've seen the one yesterday, and the ones that Alfie have been catching. But yeah, I wouldn't mind one of the big mirrors, but let's not get too greedy. Lever, hey, get in the net. Hey!
Lovely jubbly.
Le Bosch. Yamas Bosch. There we have it, a little afternoon brace. Yeah, did you enjoy your nap?
Yeah, I had a lovely nap, mate. You done very well. Woke me up to this double take that you had, with one looking not bad at all and one looking like he's kind of...
Seen a few, got a few stories to tell.
Definitely, put it nicely.
Well, yeah, while you were asleep, I decided to put a few spods out there, just try and get something going, and yeah, as you can see, it's worked. So
Absolutely,
I definitely think that's key moving forward, getting the spods out there. But 2 lovely fish moving into the afternoon. There are a few mirrors in here which go over £30, proper scaly ones. More of the rods are out there, you've always got a chance of catching one. Let's get them back.
Yeah, this character backstory. Fish in. Cheers, mate.
Well in.
Well, I didn't do
lifting
anything.
up my fish.
Yeah. Great model there. To be perfectly honest with you, mate, that isn't a bad view. I think sometimes you have a bit of a preconceived idea that it's just a bit of a square lake, loads of pegs. But like, if you said to me before we set up now, this doesn't look like linear to me, like on the top of my head. It has to be my favourite lake.
Yeah, to be fair, this is probably, like, out of all the lakes as well, this is the most overlooked one. Not only is it a decent view and there's plenty of trees, the fishing here aren't that bad as well.
That's the thing, the photos that I've seen, like, they're not the carp that you'd associate with linear, which makes it like a little bit more exciting, because for me, I know it might be a bit different with you as well, because you're competition fishing. I mean, I just like kicking back and a fish, although obviously we still put loads of effort into catching them. Do you fish differently now compared to whether it was a competition? Imagine right now we're in a BCAC, would you be stressing?
If this was a BCAC now and I was sat here, well, I wouldn't be sat here, you know what I mean? I'd be constantly panicking, stressing about what's happening, why haven't I caught? And I suppose that's like the great thing about us just having a nice social. It's nice to actually kick back for a change down here and relax. Like, that's the good thing about linear and other day tickets, is literally anyone can turn up. You can be the best angler in the world, someone brand new into the sport. You can be trying your hard, you can basically do whatever you want down here. Yeah, in competitions, and most times when I'm down here, it's constantly trying to figure out what's going on. But this session, yes, we have been trying, like you mentioned, but just sitting back, relaxing and living life.
It's actually been a little while since I fished the water where there is quite an amount of weed present, and I'm all about finding that clear area. And yesterday I was getting a lovely drop on the braid, as you do.
Yeah.
But even though I've had a couple of fish, I'm bringing my rigs back and there's quite a bit of silkweed, and that starts to play in my head a little bit because I'm usually like 7 to 8 inch slip D multis because I just change the hook and never tie up the hook links. Oh, that's a screamer.
I'm a little bit gutted there, we got interrupted.
Yeah, talking about rigs and how I wanted to take a bit of note as what you were doing because you were just lengthening your rigs just because of the silkweed.
Yeah.
And I'm away.
Yeah, you're obviously doing something like, yeah, your rigs are a lot shorter compared to mine, aren't they?
Yeah, they're probably about 7, 8 inches, as I was saying, just because I use a slip D multis, I'm just changing the hook and I never retie the boom section. But even though I'm into a fish now and I've had 2 already, I think lengthening them is going to give me that bit more confidence, just because it's only small silkweed.
Yeah.
But sometimes I think it could just be, you'll never know, it could just be like 6 inches between a big patch of silkweed. So just having, maybe like a 12-inch hook length, it's just going to give me a little bit more peace of mind, I think. This has gone into weed as well. It's a little bit solid.
Yeah, there's a lot getting ripped up. Fish obviously out there, look at this fresh weed getting ripped up. But yeah, like with a longer rig, you just know as well, like how you were saying about the spots being clear. Even when you find a clear spot down here, there are normally patches of weed. When the fish are feeding on there, I feel like the spot's constantly changing. You hear of people finding like small spots and they're getting bigger throughout the session. But I feel like with a big rig, when the fish are there and they're ripping it all up, there's more chance of it resetting itself. But if it does get flicked over, it's a bit in weed there, isn't it?
Yeah, he's in weed all right.
But yeah, if it gets sort of flicked over a bit of weed, it's still got the length to sort of present itself on the bottom. But I'll shut up now and let you rig do the talking and see if it's a good rig and the hook's gonna stay in.
He's a bit
She's
solid.
coming. She's coming. Ripped off, didn't it?
Ripped off.
Like, whee! Bunch of rigs.
Just weed now.
Sure?
Yeah.
Thought it was a big one as well. I seen it.
Nothing like a good teammate when you're down.
Mate, it was mid-40 minimum. Is that you?
Yeah.
More spods. More spods.
Just before I got that bite earlier, I was talking about how I would have felt more confident if I was going to lengthen my rig, just due to the fact that there's a large amount of silkweed out there. It's very patchy. Sometimes you don't know whether you're landing in an inch of it, maybe a couple of inches. The spot I've explored enough with the leading rod, and I know it is presentable, but at the same time, I don't want to be using a short length of rig, 6, 7 inches, where that lead might just pull it into the little bit of, or quite a little bit of the fluffy silkweed that's down there. So if you can't beat them, join them. And to be honest, I didn't have many slip D multis like ready tied in a longer length. So rather than muck about with those, all I've done is tie up exactly the same rig as Finn, just because I've seen it catching a few fish on this session and plenty of fish before, and more so the fact that it literally takes me seconds to tie, and it is literally just a fluoro-link D rig with a size 4 chod twister, so an outturned eye due to the stiff material, and then I'm just using a bait screw. Yeah, quite a long rig, as you can see there. It's probably about 12 to 15 inches. And then all I'm doing is just attaching a scope extrude wafter, 15 miller, onto the bait screw, and that sits lovely, kicks away nice and far from the leg clip, and at the same time settles down on any debris. So if that leg goes in, I've still got a nice amount of material above that silkweed, and that wafter's going to slowly float down and settle on top of it. And I have had both of my bites on 15mm scope extrude wafters, so exactly the same bait, just a different rig, and it's more the fact that it's a longer rig. That's the main thing I'm trying to hit out here, because that gives me the confidence to know that I'm presented and not sat behind a hook point that's snarled up in a bit of weed. Well, Finn was just having a nap. It was his turn to doze off. And no sooner had he woke up, he was watching my left-hander scream off. Literally, I've made the adjustments to those rigs, lengthened them. I've copied the master, so to speak. And bite number 4, hopefully it'll be fish number 3 in the landing net.
Well, it's certainly paid off changing your rig. Come on. Hey! A bit of a funny
nice
net.
one, mate, yeah.
Well done.
Lovely.
New rig, change of tactic, fishing the net.
Little one, but nice one. Those 30 pounders have got to be out there somewhere.
I had this crazy dream, but I was fishing next to this guy, right? And he had fish showing all over him all day, but didn't catch any. And then all of a sudden I woke up and he caught one. Mad.
You nutter, Finn. But hey, that one didn't take too long. After lengthening those rigs, gave me that bit of confidence. With a crosswind, it was really hard to feel a drop, but even though I know that it was quite nice and clear with the leading rod, it's a little bit difficult to feel it with mono, but longer rigs, and this is a result. He was absolutely nailed. 3 fish now, 3 fish for me, 3 fish for Finn, and a really lovely time so far. It's Finley's on dinner duties now, so I'm not going to delay this any further because I'm starving, and I'm looking forward to see what Finley has to offer. Let's get him back. Lovely jubbly.
Gordon Ramsay, I know you're watching. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty happy with myself, so if you crush my dreams and say it tastes horrible, I'll take it. But there you go, Finley's famous pasta dish.
That presentation already.
A lot of people watching this might have only seen, but I ever eat pot noodles on the bank. Do you need a knife and fork?
I'd have my own and I don't know where to put it.
Well, unfortunately, the kitchen do not supply.
Yeah, hang on, it might be near my stuff. That looks good.
Make sure you get a bit of everything, a bit of mushroom, a bit of chorizo, a bit of pepper, a bit of basil.
It's not bad.
It's not bad, that's what I like. If it's not bad, then I'm happy.
Not bad. I need more to sample the palate. I do love a bit of spring onion.
That's good, that's good. Well, the time is 9:45 and we're coming to the end of the day. Now, it's been pretty good. We've been able to catch a few fish, nothing massive, but that isn't the important thing. The main thing on this session is just me and Alfie being out here, enjoying our time on the bank and catching up, and yeah, we've been able to achieve that. Like I said, we're moving into the final night now. I've got the rods out. Me personally, I've decided to put quite a lot of bait out there. We haven't seen as many fish showing in the area as we did yesterday, but I am quietly confident that we'll be able to get 1 or 2 in the night. Alfie's out there now watching the water like a hawk. I've decided to come in the house for a little bit, try and find a few bits and bobs to grub on. I did cook up a pretty main pasta dish. We haven't picked a winner yet, but I'm pretty confident I've got it in the bag, you never know. So yeah, other than that, nothing else to report on. I'm going to sit back and hopefully it won't be long until one of the R4s is screaming off.
Well, that was a little bit disappointing in the end, wasn't it? To round things off, I thought last night that we might have nicked one because they were definitely like showing, well, it sounded like they were showing.
Yeah, especially when it got dark. Like, I mean, I was sat in there last night, probably like midnight, 1 o'clock, and dare I say it, they were showing all over us, to be fair. We had our pants pulled down, but yeah, I woke up this morning and it's not really looking like good.
They're over the other side, but literally, I've just looked now, they are right over the other side.
Yeah,
in numbers.
I reckon the reason they've probably moved over there is just your dodgy casting.
I was just about to say the same thing to you then. From what I've just seen, for you trying to save it. Yeah, it's it's a shame, mate, but at the same time, it's been a jolly good, well, not even 48 hours, but
yeah,
thereabouts.
I mean, we came here for a social, we've achieved that, we've caught a few fish, you can't really ask for much more, can you?
I might have had an absolutely lovely time, enjoyed a good social
nice
as well.
social and good food.
Very good food, mate, which, speaking of food, we need to get the votes of who won the
How are we going to do
the
it?
cook-off. Well, we can't really vote We can't vote for ourselves.
Oh, I will.
Well, all right, I'll vote for me there, so that's 1-1. So it's down to the cameramen. Okay, should we go left to right? Curly.
Yeah.
Why? Mike?
So it's all down to Sam, the decider.
The decider.
It is just like Britain's Got Talent, but talent always comes second.
Yeah.
To be fair play, it was a good bolognese.
Yeah, like last time when
Make sure you thank your mother from me. So
yeah,
it was a good
it was
recipe.
a great recipe. Cheers, Mum. But the forfeit, we've got to pack all this down.
By myself.
Yeah, see you later.